A lovely princess I see from this wall. Behold, you are the fairest of them all. Be good today, and you'll have so much fun. Shiny and bright, here comes the sun. Aye, matey, no treasure comes this way.
Hey there, my name is Al Link. A while ago I did a project called the Do-It-Yourself Magic Mirror. And ever since I did that project, I've always had a lot of people come up to me saying they wanted to do the project, which is essentially this interactive magic mirror which is controlled by sensors, but they don't want to use a full-blown PC. They want to just use an Android tablet or a Raspberry Pi. So finally I got around to coding an Android version. So now you can do that project on that old Android tablet you have lying around. And here's how to do it. The easiest way, and I recommend this, is just to use Grove sensors. So you're going to have a Pixel board right here. This board has a Bluetooth connection, and that's going to pair to your phone over Bluetooth. First connection is the character select potentiometer. That goes there. Then you've got the weather button. Here I have a touch sensor, but that could also be a button as well. Then number 3, we have a button. This is for the stock. So the button, this could also have gone in the second one too. This could also be a touch sensor. That's totally up to you. And then number 4, we have the proximity sensor. So this is a Sharp IR sensor. And then in the last one, we have just an indicator LED right there. So let's go ahead and do a quick demo here. So you see, right now I have this in verbose mode. So it's kind of nice because you can see the status of all of the sensors, so you know that you've got everything hooked up right. So for example, the character select pot, if I go ahead and turn this guy, you'll see that change. And as that changes, so does my character. Okay, so that's that one. The proximity sensor is over here. So as I put my hand in front of that, you can see that's going to change. Let's just do that one more time.
Aye, matey, a little pirate you are. You'll be so brave, so hearty.
Okay, so that was the proximity sensor. Here's the touch sensor. This is for the weather I have hooked up.
Aye, matey. The seas be getting a wee bumpy.
Let's go ahead and change the character back. Oops. There we go. And then this is your stocks.
So grand is your fame, today your treasure remains the same.
And so again, so see watch where it says stock. See I hit true.
So grand is
As
your
I'm hitting that button,
today your treasure
I
remains
can see
the
it
same.
change. That's how I know that I have the button hooked up correctly. And then the indicator LED right now, that one just will flash once the proximity sensor, see it flash right there?
Thy grace
Once I'm in
shines
range
from
of the
land
proximity
to sea.
sensor,
My princess,
that will
none
flash.
is more beautiful than thee.
So, okay, yeah. So now that you've got all your sensors hooked up, then what you want to do is go here, go to the settings, and then you can see I've got various things here. You can do custom videos, that's in the tutorial. This is where you tell it what sensors you have hooked up. Now I'm using these Grove switches, which have a pull-up resistor already soldered in. But if you were doing your own wiring and you didn't want to take the extra time to add in the pull-up resistor, you could actually just go here and click that. And then you can just hook up any momentary switch without the pull-ups. That's kind of nice. Save you some time there. Don't forget to put in your weather API key. There's instructions on how to get that in the tutorial. And let's see, what else do we have here? This is for configuring the trigger point on the proximity sensor. So for example, in this case, if the range is between 200 and 300, and you can see that again in the verbose settings. So see right now I'm at 700. If I go between 200 and 300, then the
lovely
proximity sensor is going to
princess
trigger.
I see from this wall. Behold, you are the fairest of them all.
Okay, so let's go back there. And I think that was most of the settings. Let's see if I missed anything. Oh yeah, so you can also override the pins. So if you're doing a custom installation and say you didn't want to use pin 34, you could type in your own pin. So that's also kind of nice for the customizers out there that want to use a different pin or hook up some additional sensors. So once you're all done and everything is good, then you just hit verbose, turn that off, and then now we're going to get into our normal mode. So now you got your full-on magic mirror, and again, let's trigger a couple things.
So grand is your fame, today your treasure remains the same.
Okay, let's do the proximity sensor again.
Thy grace shines from land to sea. My princess, none is more beautiful than thee.
And this one is where I can change the character. And change it back. And just note that when this is running, the app will keep the screen on, so you don't have to worry about your phone going into sleep mode. It will always stay on when the app is running. And then, since we're talking over Bluetooth, you of course have your charging port connection free. So to keep this as a hands-free thing, just plug that into a charger, and then you don't have to worry about your battery running out, and you can just keep it running for good. So this switch right here will just cut power. That's the on-off switch. That'll cut power to the circuit. I'm going to turn it back on.
Connected.
And you can see it automatically reconnected over Bluetooth once it sensed that it was back on. Now let's take a look at the back. So here's what we've got behind the scenes. This is our Android phone that's running the Magic Mirror. That is communicating over Bluetooth to our Pixel board, which is right here, and then all of our sensors are hooked up to our board. So here we've got a one push button here, one push button there. This is our sonar sensor. That's an indicator LED, and this is a potentiometer to change the character. And then over here, you can see I've got those all plugged into my Grove ports on my Pixel board. This is my Bluetooth for Bluetooth connectivity. This is the power, and I just mounted the little power switch right here. So that will turn it on and off. And then you can see what I did here on the Pixel board. I just took a couple standoffs, put some epoxy, mounted that on the side. It's kind of nice. I recommend that actually, because then now if you ever do something like this, you've got all this room here to store stuff if you need to. It's all tucked away. So that is the guts or the inside of the Magic Mirror for Android.
So sweet the hour, so calm the wind, the sun I see and its golden rim. Of diamonds and rubies your ambitions lay, but thou's riches remain unchanged today. This I tell to thee, thou wretched guest. Hide your terror and do not fright. By my tremulous delight, under this moon in full, you will leave this house without a soul! I hear the only place you're ever invited is outside. So, you know, today is your lucky day. It's going to be sunny all day. No extra dough for you. Have you considered suing your brain for non-support? I would ask you how old you are, but I know you can't count that high. Ahoy, matey. There be sunny skies and smooth sailing ahead.